How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is George Uman and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about My Dress Up Darling chapter 114. So what did I think about this week's chapter? So right off the get-go, guys, I will be straight up with you guys. This week's chapter completely broke me, and it's not even exactly has to do anything regarding to the substance of the chapter, but it has to do with the message at the end of the chapter, which, you know, just throw the spoiler out there. Apparently next chapter will be the climax / the finale of My Dress Up Darling. So this week's chapter just, you know, hit me all at once. I was like, what, we're ending it already? And it was great content that we got, but at the same time I'm thinking to myself, it's finally gonna end? Like, no way. So I'm very conflicted regarding this chapter, and I'll get to it as well as my complaints about the series and why not. Now, before I go any farther with this chapter review, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder to make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be up to date with all my anime and manga, as well as all my Dress Up Darling content that I'll be providing this channel. It really helps out a lot, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get with the actual chapter. So this chapter starts off in a pretty interesting note, which is pretty much Gojo's just chilling at school, and pretty much Marin bumps into him and she's like, hey, let's go to the beach. And it was just like, what? Okay. And I had seen already from Reddit, like, people saying like, oh, the ending is happening, somebody already confirmed it, and I was like, no, wait, I gotta wait till the translations are out so I can see it for myself. And I was very sad to see that it was true, especially when I was reading the chapter at this point in time, because I'm like, okay, what are we doing now? Like, what are we just randomly at the beach? And pretty much what we see is that Marin just wants to go, and Gojo has all these theories like, why did she want to come here? Is it because it's been a year? It's been exactly a year since we've known each other. We came to the beach a year ago at this time. So like, and he's thinking to himself in his head like, yeah, I think that's all the options, the reasons that we are at the beach. In reality, Marin just wanted to go because it was like a spur of the moment thing, and it was pretty funny, you know, pretty hijinks, kind of, you know, typical Marin behavior. And what we see is that they're vibing. You know, Marin's like, hey, we should take pictures. You know, all these cutesy stuff. You know, puts shells in the shape of a heart. You know, just have fun. You know, lay back and relax. And as all this is happening, you see that Gojo has this like moment where, you know, he just like sees Marin walking out, and, you know, she's like enjoying herself. And this is a big parallel to, if you guys remember, when they first went to the beach, where Marin sees Gojo enjoying himself by the, you know, by the sea. You know. And, you know, eventually she has that look, where that iconic look of Marin just staring off to Gojo, and like, you know, her eyes, like a lot of emphasis on the eyes. And we have a little moment like that, like, you know, a nice little poetic moment where we see Gojo is doing that to Marin now. Like, now he's, you know, completely mind blown at her, in the same way that Marin was back then. And we see that pretty much as all this is happening, that Gojo has this whole, you know, conversation with Marin when he's like, you know what, like, I'm so glad that I met you, because like, it's insane. Like, I can't believe that, you know, somebody from, I thought that all this time that, you know, we were from separate worlds, but I'm just glad, you know, I got to meet you, and, you know, we ended up working out, and why not? I'm just glad that our worlds, you know, even though I thought that our worlds were apart, they really weren't. So I'm glad for that. And Marin's like, yeah, of course our worlds were never like apart from each other. Like, what are you talking about? Like, our worlds were connected, and hence that's why we were able to meet each other. And this is like this beautiful full page spread, both Marin and Gojo, and it was very like heartfelt, very nice moment to see. And as the chapter starts nearing its end, I know, surprisingly, right? We see that pretty much Marin and Gojo are just reminiscing, and you're like, yeah, this is great. It's been awesome meeting you. You know, like, pretty much like Marin just telling Gojo, like, you know, there's so many things we can do. And she starts listing all these things that she wants to do. Like, she at one point is like, we got so much time to do. Like, you know, I gotta eat like an egg rolled up in like a omelet or whatever. Like, she was saying like some random stuff. She was like, we still got time to like rock climb. There's so many things I want to do together. And Gojo, you know, props to my man, because that's I know a lot of guys would be like, well, all right, chill out. You know, like, that's too much. But no, Gojo, Giga Chat, he's like, you know what, that's many things to do, many to actually write down, but, you know, I wouldn't be against doing all those things, to be you know, honest with you. And we see that Marin's like, no, it's okay, like, we can keep going and going and going and just keep trying to do all these things, because, you know, doesn't matter, as long as we're having fun. You know, I'm just glad that I'm with you. And one thing I will say about this chapter, the art was really stellar. I think it was really great in capturing Marin's emotions, especially at this very moment where she's with Gojo, just kind of telling him like how much fun she wants to be, how much fun she's had with him, and just how happy she is being with him, and how much she wishes to spend time with him and all the memories they one day will have. And we see that as she's saying all of this, Gojo, he's just taking all this in, and we start nearing the end of the chapter where we see Marin just say this very, very heartfelt thing where she's like, what, let's promise that we both will finish like all these things that I listed. Even if we create more and more things, we're just gonna keep making memories together forever and ever until for our entire lifetime, like just me and you together, okay, forever and ever, okay. And the chapter ends where we see Marin say that to Gojo, and Gojo just gives her a big old smile. And the chapter ends where we get pretty much a announcement that the next chapter will be the end of My Dress Up Darling. And I'm still very shocked that it's ending this abruptly. And what I mean by abruptly, I mean literally they just gave us a 1 week, not even 1 week, but 1 issue notice. Like I've seen some series saying like, oh, we're nearing its end game, it's gonna end soon, or within the next 4 chapters it'll be over. But no, none of that. In this one, it's just hey, we're gonna end it next chapter and that's it. And I know a lot of people had said pretty much ever since the confession and why not that the manga was gonna end pretty soon. And to those people, hey, you guys were correct. I mean, you guys got it. You guys 100% nailed it. I was just very optimistic and thinking like maybe Fukuda can do something different, show their relationship, as they grow up and why not. That was just my wishful thinking, and it turned out to just be that, because it really seems like the series is going to be ending in a month from now, which it sucks, man. Like, it sucks, but at the same time, I do think that there might be a few reasons why it's ending so abruptly. I could tap into it a little bit in this video, but I want to dedicate it specifically a longer video on it, like just talking about what might have caused the series to end, especially in such a manner. I'm probably gonna upload this video either 2 weeks from now, just kind of like in that middle ground between the final chapter and this chapter. That way we can have a whole discussion about it. But one thing I will say regarding why I might think that Fukuda wants to end the series might be that possibly health reasons. There's a lot of mangaka out there that they're literally killing themselves from overworking themselves, overstressing herself. And I feel like Fukuda being involved with the live action that they did, writing the manga, this spin-off that she's doing right now of My Dress Up Darling, as well as focusing on season 2, it might be a little bit too much for her. And I really think that maybe she got burned out, or even perhaps like I said, some health concerns, like maybe she has to take a long hiatus and she just said, I'd rather just end the series, or who knows. It's a lot of speculation. I don't want to get too much into it, because like I said, I want to dedicate a longer video on it just to discuss like why I think the series might be ending in such a abrupt way. And to be honest, like, listen, I haven't seen the final chapter. For all we know, the final chapter is going to be fantastic. If I had to speculate what it's going to be, it's probably going to be a time skip where we see Gojo and Marin, maybe as grandpas, and Gojo at this point is like a professional Hina doll maker, or maybe Gojo's final cosplays for Marin's going to be a Hina doll, like something along those lines. Maybe the wedding dress will be like something like that. That'll be the final cosplay. He makes the wedding dress of Marin. That's just wishful thinking. But yeah, like I said, I'm very shocked, and I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe that in a month from now it will be my final review of the manga for My Dress Up Darling. But I want to thank each and every one of you that has been sticking around with my chapter reviews and just constantly always commenting. I appreciate you guys. And I look forward to discussing more My Dress Up Darling, because just because the manga is ending does not mean that I'm going to stop, uploading content. It just means that the manga will end, and the fandom will always live on. Don't forget. But with all that being said, what did you guys think about this week's chapter? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys thought it was alright? Whatever you guys thought, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more My Dress Up Darling, as well as more anime and manga content in the near future. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.